true. That's a lie.
No.
You are a liar!
No, I'm not.
He's lying!
Yeah, is it the truth or a lie, fact or fiction? That's the question being asked as some parents in Florida just went through every parent's worst nightmare when they got a text that their 17-year-old son had been shot and kidnapped by 4 Hispanic men. An Amber Alert was issued, thoughts and prayers were sent out, and a description was given of what that 17-year-old was wearing when he was last seen: a t-shirt, jeans, and a MAGA hat. Well, as it turns out, and I know this will shock you coming from somebody wearing a MAGA hat, it was all a lie. So hit subscribe to Really American Media, and let's unpack the latest embarrassing story to come out of a certain state known for embarrassing us all, Florida.
Meanwhile, an Amber Alert that many of you probably received on your phone last night is still in effect for this teen out of Marion County, Florida. State law enforcement says Caden Spate was last seen around 4 p.m. yesterday. They say he may be with 4 unknown men driving a light-colored van.
Yeah, but this wasn't just 4 men. According to the boy's mom, he texted her that, quote, "I need help. 4 Hispanics in a white van, 1 driver. I'm shot," end quote, which is a pretty detailed text to send out right after you've been shot and kidnapped. Nonetheless, this Amber Alert went out across Florida, and social media lit up about the story once the details got out. And not surprisingly, the Florida MAGA type started the blame game before the facts were even known. Like this one, quote, "If these people, probably illegals, think it's going to make deportations and bombing drug boats stop, they're dumb AF. This will only lead to law enforcement doubling down." Or this person that simply said, "Liberals will cheer for the shooters." Well, there's one major problem here with all of this MAGA outrage over the story of a white kid getting kidnapped by Hispanic men.
New at 4 o'clock, a hoax. That's what Marion County Sheriff's Office officials are now calling the disappearance of 17-year-old Caden Spate. He was found unharmed on Friday after an Amber Alert was sent out, reported that he was missing. So here's the latest information we now know. Spate texted his mom Thursday night saying he was shot by 4 Hispanic males and then kidnapped on County Road 484 in Denellen. Marion County Sheriff Billy Wood says the text was a lie.
Wait, what? The kid in the MAGA hat lied about being shot and kidnapped by Hispanic men? Surely I heard that wrong. I mean, Trump swears New Mexico isn't sending their best, and this story fits that narrative perfectly. Maybe too perfectly.
But first, we start with some breaking news out of Marion County this afternoon, where the sheriff tells us the teen who triggered that Amber Alert Friday shot himself in the leg to help sell his elaborate kidnapping plan.
Yeah, it's official. The mega bubble of misinformation has burst again, because not only did this kid lie about it all, he actually shot himself to try and sell that lie. And according to the sheriff's department, this 17-year-old kid used a handgun that he had to do it. And that's odd, because 17-year-olds can't own a handgun in Florida. Maybe somebody should be talking to the parents about all of this.
And according to the sheriff's office, Caden's family is also not allowing him to speak with investigators.
Oh, I see. The parents are obstructing the investigation. Maybe from a guilty conscience? Was it their gun? Is the kid wearing a MAGA hat because they indoctrinated him with conservative garbage about Hispanics coming to kill us all? And will this kid be facing any charges for triggering a statewide Amber Alert and making all of this up?
Sheriff's office says charges against Caden Spate are still on the table after this Amber Alert. You might have received a notification on your phone back then. Sparked an all-out search when they thought this teenager was in danger. The 17-year-old was reported missing along Southwest Highway 484 in Denellen last week. The initial report said that the teen could have possibly been abducted and was seen with 4 men in a light-colored van. The Marion County Sheriff's Office also responded to a reported shooting at that same location where Caden was last seen. A massive search started from that point on until around noon on Friday when he was found. It turns out there was a shooting, but the sheriff says he shot himself as part of his plan to mislead everyone. Take a listen.
The initial details that Caden texted to his family were proven to be false, completely made up. We did find evidence of a single gunshot where Caden left his truck. However, his claims that he had been shot and abducted were quickly disproven.
Yeah, so let's recap what we know here. A 17-year-old white kid from Florida lied, blamed Hispanics, had access to a gun, his parents aren't helping law enforcement, and he was wearing a MAGA hat. So, lies, guns, white kid, Florida, blames minorities, bad parents, MAGA hat. Yeah, that would all certainly seem to paint the picture of a typical MAGA family, especially the part about lying and guns and hating on Latinos and living in Florida and wearing a MAGA hat. Have I made my point here, or should I keep repeating this? And by the way, I don't care if this little turd was just running away from home or acting out. Either way, he decided to basically blame the radical left and somehow knew that his parents wouldn't question it if he blamed Hispanics. Where would they get any of that from?
How do we fix this country? How do we come back together?
I'll tell you something that's going to get me in trouble, but I couldn't care less. The radicals on the right oftentimes are radical because they don't want to see crime. They don't want to see crime.
Worried about the border.
They're saying, we don't want these people coming in. We don't want you burning our shopping centers. We don't want you shooting our people in the middle of the street. The radicals on the left are the problem, and they're vicious, and they're horrible, and they're politically savvy.
Well, as they say, teach the children well and let them lead the way. Or fill their heads with a bunch of racist garbage and MAGA talking points and let them lead law enforcement on a wild goose chase after a van full of Hispanic men. And that right there is Trump's America. And if you voted red last year, you got nobody to blame but yourself. Go look in a mirror. Which is why, as we roll into 2026 and the midterm elections, you got to vote blue no matter who. Vote blue to save democracy. And for the love of God, stop letting your kids watch Fox News with you.
The war on Christmas, a war on Thanksgiving.
This war on fun.
The war on straws.
War on meat.
Joe Biden declared war on freedom yesterday.
It's a war on small businesses.
The war on dogs.
There is a war on parents.
The left's war on children.
War on privacy and middle America.
It's a war on business, a war on building, a war on growth.
This is a war on police now. It's a war on achievement.
There is a war on hot dogs.
A war on white journalists.
Great point.
The government's war on the Attilas gym in New Jersey.
War on men. War on cars.
War on appetizers.
War on Christianity and Judaism.
War on MAGA.
War on Christmas parties.
The war on the suburbs.
War on school choice.
The war on conservative women.
Declaring war on cows.
There's war on wealthy Americans.
There's war on Republican governors. War on all things conservative. The war on American culture.
The war on, yes, white men.
War on Fox.
War on soda.
There's now a war on styrofoam.
The Democrats' war on cooking with gas.
The war on the taxpayer.
There's war on legal guns.
War on toxic masculinity. War on red hats.
As for the rest of us sane people, please like this story, comment below, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.